Marty Schwartz here. Got my telly, and I've got this awesome G major sounding descending progression. And what I was using was the G major pentatonic scale over that. And so what that is it looks exactly like the E minor pentatonic scale. But you're emphasizing the G notes in there. Alright? So let me zoom in. I'm going to just show you, even though it looks like the same fingering and you don't have to learn a new shape, show you just kind of how to emphasize some of the notes. I've had some, a lot of good feedback on my major pentatonic lessons on, my other channels, including Next Level Guitar. And so I'm just going to dig in a little bit into the scale a little more. Alright? Here we go. Okay, so if a progression's in G major or any major, I'm going to find the root. And for right now, I'm going to find the root, the G, way up here on the 15th fret. Okay, but the pentatonic, if you put your pinky on the root, and then you just play that, what you might normally think of as the minor pentatonic scale. But the roots now are the G instead of the E. So the pinky right there, doesn't mean that note's not in there anymore, it is, but that's the root now. The other root is on the G string on the 12th fret. And then the 15th on the high E. So here are the roots in there. Alright, so some things to just start to kind of realize, for instance, this G bend right here, 14th fret on the G string. The lick's gonna resolve to that, where in E blues you'd be like, it resolved to that. So let's try this little lick right here. So check it out. Here's a couple of ideas. Then on the D string, hammer on to the 14th. Then this. Okay, another thing, you can cover the 15th fret on the B and the high E, bend the 14th with the G, and strum it like a chord. It's kind of a country lick. Like that. That's a good one. So another thing I like is that extended scale that we normally learn in the minor. So if, we got this. But that's the root. We have this extension right below it. 10 to 12. 10 to 12. And now that's the root. That's a G note right there. So the same lick we were doing right here, you can do right here. So that's really cool. Check it out. Same thing right here. And then once you're in this major portion of the extended, the root's right there on the E string, you can, in blues especially, you can switch to the minor to like kind of drive it home, like. So you can switch that. A question I get about the major pentatonic that I saw quite a bit was, what about the blues notes? Are there blues notes, and how do I use them? Well, yeah, you can use the blues notes, and when you do it, especially if I switch to the back pickup, if I add the blues notes to this, it kind of becomes like the country blues scale, is what you'd consider it. But I use those blues notes, which it's the same thing where they'd be in the E minor. Sorry. So listen to the progression as I add the blues notes. Great little passing tones there if you can learn how to use them. So yes, blues notes work. So here's one last lick that I love doing. It's just the same lick in 3 octaves. You can do it with a bend or a slide. That's the lick. So same thing here, which theoretically isn't in the major scale, it's actually in Mixolydian. Sorry. Same thing right here with the ring finger on the 14th of the G. And then the same thing right here, ring finger on the 12th. And then depending on what key you're in, then you could go right here, down to the root, if you wanted to. Listen to that lick over this. Just like that. Just like that. So try some of those ideas out, and you'll probably surprise yourself and come up with some cool stuff. So hopefully that was helpful to you. Come to guitarjams.com. Got some cool stuff for you to check out that's not on YouTube. And yeah, really appreciate all the support, you guys. So got plenty more lessons coming. Don't you worry about it. We'll see you there.